So welcome to Agile Fundamentals and Beyond, the channel that helps you understand the fundamentals of Agile and some by asking the questions that everybody wants answered.
I'm Jim Wyllie, hi.
Hi, I'm Jiten Vara.
And I'm David Lowe, and today we'll be asking, what is the Agile Manifesto? So last time we spoke about Agile versus Scrum. Go and check out that video if you haven't already seen it. But what is the Agile Manifesto and how did it come about?
Well, so these are facts, but backed up by my opinion, I guess. I see the manifesto as 4 values backed up by 12 principles. Those 4 values, if I can remember them, are individuals' interactions over processes and tools, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, working software over comprehensive documentation, and responding to change over following a plan. So those are the 4 values. I can't remember the 12 principles off the top of my head.
Jim, come on.
I know.
You're going to lose your membership to the Agile Club if you're not careful.
I might do. Well, I'm fully paid up for another 2 years. I did that just the other day. But essentially, I think in the last video, if you've watched that, and we can put the link to that in the bottom in the chat. The 12 principles really define 3 things for me: how we work together, and how we decide what we work on. So for me, that is the essence of the Agile Manifesto. Jit, any thoughts?
Yeah. I agree with all of that, Jim. Just to give you all a bit of the kind of history of the Agile Manifesto, it was created in 2001. There were a bunch of software practitioners, I'll call them revolutionaries in this instance, that got together at a ski resort in Utah. And they came up with the Manifesto for Agile Software Development. The conversations, while I wasn't there, unfortunately, the conversations that I imagined ensued was the current way of doing things doesn't work. Our software projects often fail, and how can we do things differently? And that's where the manifesto was born from, and I feel it was quite revolutionary. The statements at that point in time, the value statements, pretty different, and I guess the reason why they put it together was to create some change in the industry, and I think they've been pretty successful at doing that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the fact that we're on a video talking about it today means it's had some impact on us, certainly, and everyone we talk to, because we bang on about it all the time.
So are you saying that we don't need a plan or write any documentation or have processes? Absolutely
not. We're definitely not saying that. There's a statement at the bottom of the Agile Manifesto that talks about, while we value the things on the right, i.e. the bit after the over part of the statement, we value the things on the left more. So there's some myths that we kind of need to debunk here, I guess. If you ever hear anyone say we don't do documentation in Agile, that's not true. We just value working software more. We absolutely want to document. If you hear people say we don't plan in Agile, that's absolutely untrue as well. We just value responding to change over following that plan. We do plenty of planning in Agile. So, I mean, Jim, what do you think that means for mindset?
Yeah, good question, Jim. It's absolutely all about the mindset, and just echoing what you've been saying. We value the things on the left-hand side of the manifesto more than the right, but it doesn't mean that we forget about those things on the right-hand side. While we're looking to respond to change, while we're looking to collaborate, it's really, really important to still manage your risks, still plan, probably more frequently than we did in a traditional environment, but still really, really important to do all of those things that we did before, just probably in a slightly different way. That's what we always say in our training courses that we run.
Oh, well, talking of training, you can check out our accredited and bite-sized training courses on our website. Links will be in the description underneath. So here's another question for you then. Is this only applicable to software?
No, again, absolutely not. I mean, the original folks that wrote it were all involved in that industry, and so the language is all of that way. But I've worked with plenty of clients with HR departments, recruiters, all sorts of other sorts of people, lawyers, accountants, everybody can benefit from focusing on trying to work in a different way, that communication, that collaboration, and how we improve our ways of working. There are plenty of organizations out there who've never investigated that at all.
Yeah, just to add to what you've been saying, Jim, depending on the context, when I'm working with clients, it's often worthwhile removing that word software, replace it with something more appropriate. For example, achieving outcomes or delivering product or delivering service. That helps to kind of take it away from a software environment and brings it into the environment of a non-software situation where applicable. And it works just as well.
So look, this thing is almost 20 years old. So 2001, about the same time you last bought a drink, Jit. So how relevant is it, and why should people care about it?
First of all, David, I don't think I was old enough 20 years ago to buy you a drink. How relevant is it? It's super relevant. Like, in all seriousness, let's just take the things that have been going on in the world over the last few months. The way that we live our lives and the world in general is a really, really different place. And I'm pretty sure that if not all organizations, that most organizations have had to change the way that they do things since the pandemic has started. That's just one example of how unpredictable the world is at the moment, how unpredictable life is. And therefore, if you're continuing to stick to a plan, for example, and continuing to dedicate budget to something that's no longer of value, then there's only going to be one outcome, and that's failure of the thing that you're looking to produce, and probably failure of your business. And so it's super relevant. The key things is being adaptable when things change.
So Jim, I'm going to ask you to wrap this up for us. So how would you sum up the Agile Manifesto for people to take away with them?
So the Agile Manifesto, in numbers or by numbers, 4 values backed up by 12 principles. There are 2 sides of each value statement, and we talked about that a little bit earlier on, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. We value the things on the left over the things on the right, but that does not mean that the things on the right are important. There's still things we want to do, we just value the things on the left more. I won't repeat them, but we'll put a link to those things, the Agile Manifesto itself, at the bottom. And finally, we believe that the associated mindset is critical in an ever-changing world. So keep inspecting and adapting, keep looking at how you work together, and keep responding to change in the work that you actually take on.
Great. Well, if you want more confidence in applying the fundamentals of Agile, then sign up to our mailing list to get free downloads, such as our free 6-step guide, How to Implement Agile Successfully, as well as details of our bite-sized workshops and certified training courses, blog posts, and other goodies. If you like the video, then give us a thumbs up and press subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And let us know what you want us to cover in future videos by leaving us a message in the comments section. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.